Over 12 months, I've generated over 200K from LinkedIn outreach only. In that same time, I watched a ton of people put in the same amount of effort into LinkedIn and get only a fraction of the results that I had. So today I'm going to give you the biggest lessons I've learned and everything about who to reach out to, what to say, and how to actually get replies and booked calls. All this stuff probably took me about 6,000 outreach messages to really figure out. So if you want to get all that in just a few minutes, lock in and let's get into it. The single biggest thing I learned is that who you reach out to matters way more than what you say. Whenever a campaign of mine isn't getting replies, it's almost never the message and almost always the list that wasn't specific enough. And so I was reaching out to people who were just never going to care. That's why the list always comes first, before you ever spend time on what you're going to say. Early on, I kept making the same mistake when reaching out to new markets. If I realized I made the wrong guess about who the buyer actually was, I would still let the campaign run just in case. However, a campaign built on the wrong list can't be rewritten into working. No message can fix the wrong list, and you need to start over with the right people. The next thing is to reach out to people based on something they just did and not just their job title. The best results I get from messaging someone right when something changes for them, like they just started a new job or commented on a post about my topic, or maybe their company just posted a job I can help with. Those people actually have a reason to care when I show up because the timing lines up perfectly with what they're dealing with right now. For example, a few years ago during COVID, when everything moved online and suddenly everyone realized just how fragile their cybersecurity systems were, the EU tightened its data protection rules, and I was reaching out to data protection officers about the exact tool they need and have a deadline to implement. Another big thing is the same job title can be a completely different person depending on where they work. So a head of marketing at a 20-person startup and a head of marketing at 500-person company have almost nothing in common, and they have completely different problems. The first one is doing everything themselves, and the other is running a whole team and a budget. So the same message will never work for both of them just because they have the same job title. I always break my list down by company size and situation, and I write to the specific person I'm actually talking to. And the last thing on targeting is to reach out to everyone involved in the decision making and not just one person. In most bigger deals, a few people have a say before anything gets bought. So if I only message one of them, I'm counting on that one person to sell it internally to everyone else for me, and nobody has time for that. What I do instead is I message a few different people at the same company. That would be the person who feels the problem, the person who decides on the tools used, and also the person who would actually use what I'm selling. And of course, I would reach out with a different angle for each of them. Back in the day when I just started doing outreach, people I reached out to would often redirect me to the right POC. However, nowadays that just doesn't happen. So long story short, messaging 3 of the right people at one company beats messaging one person at 3 companies every single time. So once you've got the right people, here's what actually gets them to reply. And it starts with your connection request having 0 pitch in it. Getting the connection accepted is the easy part, so I keep my request to a short note that's not selling anything, or more frequently I would just send a blank request, as those generally perform better. The second you pitch in the invite, your acceptance rate drops. So I save everything I actually want to tell them for after we connect. Now, there are exceptions to the no pitch rule, but they're extremely rare, and they only work in very specific non-saturated niche that's in a real hurry to solve the problem ASAP. My campaign with data protection officers that I mentioned earlier is exactly that exception. I could pitch right away and get awesome results because the timing and the problem were super specific and aligned. But for the big majority of us, almost all the time, we are reaching out to people who get pitched all day long. For them, the pitch in the invite is exactly what gets you ignored, if not blocked right away. The first message after they accept is the one that really matters, and the biggest thing there is to give them something before you ask for anything. That means I lead with something useful before I ever ask for their time. That can be a helpful tip, a free resource, or a bit of feedback on something they're working on right now. That way, I'm probably the first person in their DMs who actually gave them something, instead of being the 100th person that week asking them to book a call. Another big thing that makes a huge difference is keeping each message to one single point. When I put 3 reasons to care in one message, none of them do the job, so I pick the one that matters most to this person and make only that point. A message written for one specific person feels like it was made for them, and that that's what actually gets you a reply. On top of that, I keep my whole sequence short. After that first message, 1 or 2 follow-ups is the most I will send, and then I would just stop. Sending 5, 6, 7 follow-ups in a row would just make me look desperate, and the reply rate goes down the more I send. Then I space those couple of follow-ups about a week apart, and after that I leave them alone. The last thing on messaging is when a campaign isn't getting replies, I change the whole angle and not just the wording. A lot of people just rewrite a message that didn't work and then wonder why nothing changes, but tweaking the words barely does anything to your reply rate. What actually changes it is coming at people from a completely different angle. Like maybe I led with saving them time when all they actually care about is just impressing their boss. I usually run 2 or 3 different angles at once, see which one gets replies, and then put all my volume behind the one that works. And by the way, if you'd rather not do all of this yourself manually for every single person you reach out to, you can try HeyReach for free using the first link below this video. It's the LinkedIn outreach tool that completely changed the game for me personally, and I use it to run everything I'm talking about today. Anyway, let's keep going. Now that your targeting and messaging are solid, the next question is how much you can actually send, and this is where people get their accounts shut down. LinkedIn has hard limits and you want to stay under them, so I keep it to around 100 connection requests a week per account and about 10 or 15 per day. And if an account is brand new, you have to warm it up slowly over about 3 weeks before you go anywhere near those numbers. Please respect those limits because one restricted account can undo all the work you put in. The way you send more than that without getting restricted is by adding more sender accounts rather than trying to do it all from one. One account reaches its limits fast, so the only safe way to send more is to spread it across several accounts, with each one staying inside those hard limits. And this is the one thing I use HeyReach for the most, because it connects all the accounts I include in my outreach campaigns and it rotates the sending across them automatically. That way, instead of one account trying to do 100 requests a week, I've got a bunch of accounts each doing their safe share, and I get the output of a whole sales team without risking a single ban. And from everything I've seen, somewhere between 6 and 20 sender accounts gets you the best reply rates. Another big thing that helps a lot here is not relying on LinkedIn on its own. LinkedIn is the best place to start a conversation, but the people booking the most meetings almost always add email to the mix too. Some people check out their inbox way more frequently than their LinkedIn, so reaching out to them in both places gets me significantly more meetings from the same list. However, the trick with multi-channel is that LinkedIn gives you about 100 connection requests per week per account. Email is a different story. The limits are far higher and you can keep scaling them. So I save the LinkedIn touch for my top tier leads and everyone else goes email only. And the last thing on volume, a big connection count on its own doesn't actually mean anything. You could have 10,000 connections, but if none of them ever turn into a conversation, none of it makes you a single dollar. The only thing that actually pays you is booked meetings, and you get more of those by tracking the right numbers, which is the last thing that I'm going to cover today. There are really only 3 numbers I pay attention to, and once you see them side by side on a real campaign, they basically tell you exactly what to fix. The first is my acceptance rate, and that shows me whether my targeting is right. The second is my reply rate, and that tells me if my message is working. And the third one is my positive reply rate. That's the one that tells me if people are actually interested in what I'm offering. Once I'm tracking those 3, they tell me exactly what to fix, and that saves me months of running bad campaigns and not knowing why. If my acceptance rate and my reply rate are both low, then my targeting is off, so I go back and I fix who I'm reaching out to. If my acceptance rate is high but my replies are low, means my targeting is fine and it's my message that needs the fix. And if both of those look good but I'm still not booking any meetings, then it's my actual offer that needs more work. Out of those 3, the one I care about the most is my positive reply rate, because it's the only one tied straight to booked meetings. A reply rate that just says no thanks still counts as a reply, so your plain reply rate can make a campaign look way better than it actually is. On the other hand, your positive reply rate only counts the people who reply because they are actually interested. So that's the number that puts meetings on your calendar. I try to keep at least 40% of my replies coming back positive, and usually 25% better of those turn into booked calls. Now, once those positive replies start coming in, the most important thing is to respond as fast as you possibly can. So when someone replies, the first 5 minutes is the window where they're most likely to actually book a call. If you wait a day, most of that interest is gone. And if you wait a couple more days, over half the value of that lead completely disappears. And the last thing I'll leave you with today is that stopping a sequence doesn't mean you gave up on the person. Earlier, I told you to cap your follow-ups at 2, and that still holds true. However, from all the campaigns we track at HeyReach, 90% of booked meetings actually happen after the 6th interaction. Keep in mind that interaction with someone isn't the same as messaging them. Interaction can be viewing their profile, liking one of their posts, showing up in their comment section, or reaching out again with a new campaign a month after. So the people who send a couple of messages and decide that LinkedIn doesn't work for them are giving up way too early, because it almost always takes several of those smaller interactions over time before someone actually books. Now, if you want to run your LinkedIn outreach the same way I did and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in a 12-month period, you can get started with HeyReach for free using the first link in the description. It lets you connect as many LinkedIn accounts as you want for one flat price and sends everything across accounts automatically, which allows you to run all of this without ever getting an account restricted. So again, you can get started with HeyReach for free by clicking the first link below. And if you want the exact messages I use to get people replying and booking calls, then check out this video next.